There's a lot to cut in to this situation with the New York Giants. Here's my problem here for Joe Schoen. Why the hell did you sign Jameis Winston if you're going to bring in Russell Wilson for 1 year? It makes no sense. And you give Tommy Cutlets an extension for what, 1 or 2 years? Why is Tommy Cutlets getting a contract right now where you see the Giants bring in 2 other quarterbacks and you already knew that you were going to bring in 2 other quarterbacks, 2 veteran quarterbacks? It makes no sense. This tells me one thing for all you Giant fans. This is going to be a season where you're going to be saying sayonara to Joe Schoen after it. This doesn't make any sense if you're a Giant fan. And who's he challenging? What does Russell Wilson have to worry about? Jameis Winston? The only thing he's going to be worried about is the crab legs he's going to probably steal from one store to another. It doesn't make any sense. And as far as I'm concerned with the Giants and their organization and where they are as an organization for the last 5 years, go look at the GMs and go look at the coaches they've brought in. It's even longer than 5 years. It's been 10 or 12 years, and they've had problems with the players that they bring in. They bring in veteran players that make no sense to the roster. And as far as I'm concerned with Russell Wilson, I'm not taking shots at Russell Wilson. He wasn't bad. He was a Pro Bowl player, even though he was practically given a Pro Bowl because nobody wants to play in those stupid flag football games. Russell Wilson, to me, it just tells me one thing about where the Giants are going. One thing is, they're not going for Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry, Owen. He is not going to the Giants at number 3. They're going to bring in the best guy available, and it's not Shedeur Sanders. So that is out. As soon as they brought in Russell Wilson, I don't care what you say. Why would they sign Tommy Cutlets? Why would they sign Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson if they're going to bring in Shedeur Sanders? So they bring in a 4th quarterback? It makes no sense. So for all you Giant fans that think Shedeur Sanders, if you want Shedeur Sanders, is going to the Giants, you're on crack. Crack. And Joe Schoen, oh my God, I don't know where he thought of this combination of quarterbacks. Did he ask his son? Did he ask his daughters? Hey, maybe did he ask his wife? I don't know. Maybe he asked the grocery store maid over there selling chicken or whatever, turkeys or whatever the hell they're doing, meat compacting idiots over there. This is an organization that is an absolute joke. And Speedy, we were talking about this. Why didn't they bring in Riddick when they had a chance to bring in Riddick? Why did they go this route? I understand he was the vice or the assistant GM over there with the Buffalo Bills. He didn't draft Josh Allen. He wasn't the one that picked Josh Allen, and he wasn't the one that helped develop Josh Allen. It was Dable. And what is Dable doing over here? Dable's going to sit here and actually like this? Come on, guys. And by the way, what is he saying? Where are you seeing DeVito? DeVito just signed a contract. He signed a year contract, Fish.
Yeah, 1 year.
He signed a 1-year contract, Fish. You can look at
$1.03 million.
Yes.
And why did Jameson get 2 years?
I don't know, because it's not a lot of money. I think it was $8 million for 2 years. He's
for a
not
quarterback,
making any money.
that's nothing.
Here's the thing why Jameis Winston is there. One, he's in the biggest media part of the world. He's trying to build his second part of his career. You saw what he did over there at the Super Bowl. He was traveling, doing all these cooking things and eating things over there. He wants to build his social medias and then eventually get on a newscast or at NBC or wherever he wants to work, Fox, wherever he plans to work as a broadcaster. Honest to God, I have no idea where the Giants are going as an organization. They don't know what they're doing. And as much as everybody says, hey, they could have a good draft, they could draft a quarterback. They could draft Quentin Ewers in the 4th round or maybe the 3rd round. Is it going to make a difference? Why would they draft a quarterback right now when you have 3 on your roster? It doesn't make sense. And yes, Tommy Cutlets is going to be there because the Giant fans absolutely adore him. For what reason? The guy stinks. He absolutely stinks. I don't even have to go into the stories over there in the Hamptons and what he was doing over there in the Hamptons last year. This guy travels with a bunch of idiots, okay? I've seen this guy in club after club after club, and there's no clubs out here, but Tommy thinks there are because him and his stupid, I mean it, his stupid agent with his stupid hats going around and trying to sell what they're selling, which is nothing but a cutlet in a fucking hamburger, okay? It is despicable. despicable what the Giants, and yeah, I don't curse, but honestly, I think the Giants organization is a stupid organization. I say this about the Jets all the time. I know where the Jets are. The Giants are the one that gave up on Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley helps the Eagles win a Super Bowl and gets $20 million. This is a team that just doesn't know what they're doing. And as far as Dable's concerned, how could Dable be happy right now bringing in a Russell Wilson who doesn't listen to anybody, God forsaken, doesn't believe in anything or anybody on his rosters, as we've seen so many people say he's unlikable. And then we had somebody like Turbin who was on the show that says he's a good guy. It keeps going like in spurts. Speedy, it's like a wave. One person likes him, the other person doesn't.
Well, Turbin played with him when he was younger.
I'm just saying.
Before he had all this craziness.
The fact is the guy is an emotionally disturbed person. That's what he is. And maybe it's because of Ciara. Maybe he's dating or married to a woman that's a superstar, bigger superstar than he is. I don't know what it is. But Russell Wilson coming to New York, does that make any sense to you guys? The last time I can remember Russell Wilson having a good game in New York was when they went to the Super Bowl and knocked off the Broncos. That was the last time I can remember he had a good game in New York against any of the New York teams. And now he's playing for one. I think it's horrible. And any Giant fan that thinks this is a great idea just tells you how stupid Giant fans could be. And if you're a Giant fan, well, maybe you should shift to the Buffalo Bills. Don't go to the Jets because they're no better. They're no better right now. I mean, I like Justin Fields, but I don't know what they bring in quarterbacks all the time. They always bomb out or they just absolutely implode. And as far as I'm concerned, we have to see what Aaron Glenn is as head coach. Until we see it, I'm not going to trust it because they are cursed or whatever. I don't believe in the curse. They're just not good. Ever.
I was going to say, are you going to buy into Joe Namath's logic?
I don't believe in curses. I don't. I think I'm cursed sometimes, but not because I believe in curses. I just think I am. But nevertheless, I just think that if you're a Giant fan right now, how could you be happy? How could you think or say that this is satisfying to you that Russell Wilson is going to be your starting quarterback? Maybe you should bring in Shedeur Sanders. You might have a better chance to win with Shedeur or not. I don't know where the Giants are going to go next year. Everybody says this is a quarterback class. You don't know if next year is going to be a quarterback class. You don't even know if Arch Manning is going to be in next year's draft. Right now, if you were to put on the wins and loss record the Giants are going to be right now, I think the Giants don't win more than 4 games. They don't win more than 4 games with the roster they have. They have no other wide receivers. Maybe they bring in Travis Hunter to be a wide receiver. That would be a debacle. Why would you bring in Travis Hunter to play with Russell Wilson? Oh my God, somebody's going to knock Russell Wilson out, and it might as well be him. None of this makes sense. I don't get it anymore. I don't understand the Giants as an organization.